What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be going through some mistakes that you may be making whenever you are brushing your teeth. The first mistake on my list is brushing too hard. So you're being too aggressive with your toothbrush and you feel like you have to scrub them to death to get your teeth clean. Well, yes, I want you to have clean teeth and I want you to care about keeping them clean, but did you know that when you are brushing too hard, you're actually doing more damage than good? So whenever you're brushing your teeth, you want to make sure that you are not scrubbing the crap out of your teeth. And one way to be able to tell this is by looking at your toothbrush. If your toothbrush bristles are starting to fan out really quickly, that is a really good sign that you may be brushing too hard. Another sign may be whenever you come to the dentist, we say that you have some recession. Now, recession is caused from a lot of factors. One thing that can cause your gum line to recede is from brushing too hard. Think about it this way. If I were to take your arm and do an Indian rug burn on your arm, what would your reaction be? Your natural reaction will be to pull away because it hurts. So your gums are naturally going to do the same thing. If you're going in there and scrubbing them to death, they're going to naturally recede because they're trying to get away from the trauma. Now, with that being said, second thing on my list is holding your toothbrush wrong. So whenever you're brushing your teeth, you don't want to hold it with a full fist. If you're holding it with a full fist, that gives you a lot of strength to be able to brush your teeth. And you really don't need that much strength to be able to brush your teeth. So if you are someone who has a really heavy hand and you are brushing very hard, change up your grip and hold your toothbrush like you would hold a pencil or a pen. Use that type of grip because whenever you're using only 2, maybe 3 fingers instead of a full fist, you have a lot less strength and you can't brush as hard as you would maybe like to sometimes. So sometimes just changing the grip or changing how you're holding your toothbrush can make a really big difference. The third thing on my list is using the wrong type of toothbrush bristles to brush your teeth. So I know when you go to the store and you go down the dental aisle and there's toothpaste and mouthwash and a million different toothbrushes and you're so overwhelmed and you don't even know what to pick. I get it. One tip, whenever you go to the store and you're looking for toothbrushes, always buy soft. If you're going into the store and you are buying toothbrushes with medium or hard bristles, so it'll have a little M or an H in the corner of the packaging if it doesn't say hard or medium. Always look for the S or the ES. The ES is extra soft. So then everyone always asks me,
well then why do they sell them if you're not supposed to use them?
It's kind of like cigarettes. Are cigarettes for sale? Yeah. Are they good for you? No. But do people still buy them? Yeah, they do. So why they're sold, I don't know. But don't ever use medium or hard unless you want to use them to clean your toaster. They come in very handy. But a toothbrush that has bristles that are not soft are just simply too hard to be using in your mouth. The fourth thing on my list is brushing back and forth. Okay, so whenever you're brushing your teeth, you don't want to be scrub brushing the whole side of your top teeth in one stroke, okay? So you should be taking it a little bit slower and using smaller areas at a time. If you're scrub brushing your teeth that way, again, that really increases your risk of recession because when your teeth come together, they have a little triangle area where gum tissue sits. That's called interdental papillae. Whenever you're scrub brushing across those areas can become receded. Now, how you want to be brushing is more of a circular motion. So if you're using a regular toothbrush, just a manual toothbrush, you want to make sure that the bristles are about halfway on the tooth and halfway on the gums, and you're pointing the bristles slightly up towards the gum tissue. So that way when you're brushing, you're getting along your gum line really well. Now that is an area that people miss all of the time. So take your time so that you're kind of isolating every single tooth and giving all of your teeth some individualized attention instead of just grouping them all into one big blob. The fifth thing I have on my list is not changing your toothbrush frequently enough. So think about it. When was the last time that you changed your toothbrush? Did you know that you should be changing your toothbrush about every 3 to 4 months? And that's whether you have an electric toothbrush or a regular manual toothbrush. One thing that I tell my patients all the time that helps them and myself as well remember to change my toothbrushes more frequently and remember when I changed them last is to change your toothbrush whenever a new season arrives. So the first day of spring, change your toothbrush. First day of fall, change your toothbrush. Now also with that being said, the sixth thing that I have on my list is not changing your toothbrush when you are sick. I will have several people who will come in and they will say,
I just have this cough and I just can't get rid of it. I just don't know what to do. It's been going on for weeks.
well, if there's no other underlying cause, that bacteria that's sitting on your toothbrush that you've been using while you were sick isn't going to just kill itself. It stays there. So whenever you are sick, you got to make sure that you change out your toothbrush so that way that bacteria doesn't stay on there. Now, while you're sick, you can be dipping it in peroxide so that way it helps kill the bacteria. But don't just keep your toothbrush after you are sick. Always make sure you change it. The seventh thing that I have on my list is not using the right size. So I know for kids, they always want to use while mom and dad or maybe their older siblings are using and they want to use the bigger toothbrushes. Keep them at an age-appropriate toothbrush because their mouth is only so big. It's going to make it extremely difficult to properly clean their teeth when there's this huge toothbrush in this little tiny area. Now the same thing goes for some adults. Some adults still need a kid-sized toothbrush, especially if they have wisdom teeth. So if you have an area that is just super difficult to get to, or if you are someone who has a really bad gag reflex, sometimes just using a child's head or a really small toothbrush around those back teeth makes a big difference whenever you're brushing to make it more comfortable, be able to get better access, and to also help prevent you from gagging. The eighth thing I have on my list is not brushing long enough. So, did you know that the average person only brushes their teeth for about 45 seconds a day? And we recommend for the majority of people to brush twice a day for 2 minutes. So even if you're doing everything else that I've listed so far correct, if you are not brushing long enough, you're really not going to be getting everything off of your teeth within that amount of time. Unless you only have like 3 teeth, it's going to take you more than 45 seconds to get your whole mouth clean. So ideally, we would want you to brush with a quad timer, which separates your mouth into 4 sections. So you would brush the upper right for 30 seconds, the upper left for 30 seconds, the lower left for 30 seconds, and the lower right for 30 seconds. So that way it's evened out. You're spending a full minute on the top, a full minute on the bottom, but you're also not just picking and choosing your favorites. You are evenly brushing all throughout. If you don't have a timer, get a timer. You may be really surprised if you time yourself one day and see how long you're actually brushing for and how long 2 minutes of brushing actually is. Now, if you're a child, I usually say if you have all primary teeth, which are all baby teeth, brush for a full minute. So 30 seconds on the top teeth, 30 seconds on the bottom. The ninth thing that I have on my list is only doing it 1 time a day. I have so many patients who only brush 1 time a day because in the morning they're either too busy or at night they forget and they fall asleep. So let's say you get up every morning at 6, get up at 5:58, and now you have those extra 2 minutes to brush your teeth. Just something you have to make time for. And at night, if you're falling asleep and you're getting too tired, well, then test yourself before you even walk into your bedroom to lay down, because you know that once you hit your bed, you're going to fall asleep and you're not going to want to get back up. Because trust me, when I'm really tired and I'm laying in my bed, the last thing I want to do is get back up and brush my teeth. I'm human too, but one way to prevent yourself from doing that is before you even walk into your bedroom, walk straight into the bathroom first, get your teeth brushed, and then allow yourself to lay down. So make that a rule within yourself that, okay, I'm tired, I want to go lay down, but first, before I can allow myself to do that, I have to make sure I take care of my teeth before I do that. The 10th thing that I have on my list is brushing right after you eat. So one of the worst things you can do is go have a really great meal and brush your teeth right afterwards. Because if you are having something that is acidic or drinking something that is acidic, and you brush your teeth right afterwards, the acidity level in your mouth is very high. So it takes about 30 minutes for the pH of your saliva to neutralize back out so that it's not so acidic after you eat or drink something that has a high acidity. So if you're going in and brushing your teeth right afterwards, you're basically scrubbing in that acidity into your teeth, which can break down enamel even faster. So always give yourself a good 30 minutes after you're done eating before you go in and brush your teeth. Just a little bonus tip, if you have a problem with snacking at night, make sure you brush your teeth because everything tastes gross after you brush your teeth. So that'll prevent the idea of, I want to go snack on something or I want to go drink something. Well, it tastes really gross after you brush your teeth, so you'll be less likely to want to do that. The 11th mistake I have on my list is not using an electric toothbrush. So an electric toothbrush or even a battery operated toothbrush is going to work so much better than a manual or a regular toothbrush. Reason being is because the rotations of an electric toothbrush or a battery operated toothbrush even is so much more than what we can do humanly. It's just humanly impossible for us to compete with that. I can't tell you how many times I have patients who have a lot of plaque buildup and then they switch to an electric toothbrush and then they come back in 6 months and it's like a totally new person. Now with that being said, you still have to do all of the above, take your time, you can't just go in for 10 seconds and expect a miracle, but it does make a really big difference. And the 12th mistake that I have on my list is not storing your toothbrush properly. Don't just leave it on the counter if your toilet is right next to it, because some studies say that whenever you flush your toilet, the particles can go into the air and expand out about 6 feet. So if your toothbrush is anywhere near that toilet when you flush, you're probably going to have particles from that toilet on your toothbrush. Always close the lid whenever you are flushing your toilet. Don't just ever leave the lid up whenever you are flushing and your toothbrush is right next to it. Now with that being said, it is good to have your toothbrush out in the open to let it air dry. One thing that you don't want to do is shove it in a closed container while it is wet, because if it's in a tight closed area while it's still wet, you're going to increase the risk of just growing extra bacteria in that nice warm wet environment. Now if you do this after your toothbrush is dry, it's fine, but never do this while it is wet. So there you have it. There are 12 mistakes that you could be making whenever you are brushing your teeth. 12 mistakes surrounded by your toothbrush. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know by hitting the like button down below. Make sure that thumbs up is colored blue. And also, if you haven't already, make sure that you hit that red subscribe button down below so that you don't miss out on any of my videos. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you have a wonderful day and I will see you in my next video.